Looks like there's a bit of action going on here. Horasgame looks like he's getting nuked by a bunch of local villages, which is not very often you see nukes coming from such close range. But if it works, it works. So I think all of these villages are coming from just right here, this group here, as well as, who is this? iSugar also has a captain going to this village here as well. So we'll see how this goes. They're not timed up perfectly, but they are really close. So let's watch and see what happens. This guy, horasgame, not a bad player and not a bad guy either. We do chat via in-game email while we're fighting each other or while he's trying to raise me and failing. But nice guy. But yeah, he's with the opposing house, so we do got to fight, you know. But we'll see what happens with this Raze here. I'm going to email this guy and say, send me all reports. Thanks. There we go. We're going to start hitting now. Of course, it may look like they bounce back until the map refreshes, then we'll know. Nope. So one army lost at least by now so far. Looks like the village is still there right now. Let's see if I can speed up the refresh process by leaving and coming back. Nope. Oh, yep. Successful raise. Yep, so they did take care of that village and probably breaking open this one here. Let me email this guy as well. Yeah, horasgame, he's been trying to get rid of me out of this parish that I've got over here. He did get a raise off of me the other day. I was in a video conference call with 5 or 6 of my clients, and there was no way that I was going to be able to defend. Literally, the second I jumped on the call, my sword started flashing. And it was him, and he had another guy doing like a breaker for him. And I just was not able to try to defend by any means. I did try my best to like very discreetly try to defend. But there was just no way that I could really manage it because I was leading the meeting with 5 or 6 of my clients on the call all at the same time. It was just going to be impossible. But as soon as I got off the call, then I bought a new charter and got the castle going. So I'm pretty sure he's pretty unhappy about that. And then they did try to get me again on this village yesterday, and they failed. So I'm sure that altogether between the 2 villages that I've had here, they've probably already blown over 1,000 cats on me and have not done very well at all. I was trying to sort through my reports to find just those ones, but I've been getting forwarded a lot of reports and stuff like that too. Let's see, we've got an incoming attack, but I don't think it's anybody, just an enemy siege camp. Oh yeah, they're going to work on him over here. They've got another captain coming at him here. They've got attacks coming to this one here. Yeah, so he's taking some heat right now. See what happens here. Looks like that captain bounced back. We'll see what happens when the map updates. Yep, that was a successful raise there as well. Yeah, so he's taking some heat right now. I wonder if he's like AFK or something. Looks like the breaker bounced back. We'll see if that stands after the map refreshes. Here's the refresh timer. Nope, breaker failed. First captain coming in hot, 1 minute ETA. Minute 45 for the next breaker. 6:43, 7:34. So that's what the map's looking like today, day 171. It's 9:43 game time. 9:43 p.m. game time. First captain hitting in 4 seconds. Map has refreshed. Captain bounced back. So that was successful. That was probably like a pillage or something like that, using captain tactics to maybe do archer volley or a catapult volley, something like that. Oh no, the map refreshed again and that captain disappeared, so that captain did fail as well. Yep, it's Friday night, done with work for the week. Cold beer in hand, playing a little Stronghold Kingdoms. The map did refresh again, and this breaker bounced back, so this army did actually get all the way to the keep, unless if it was a pillage or a ransack. Either way, whatever it was sent to do, it was successful because the map has refreshed and we're still looking at it. I mean, you're looking right at it. So we've got a couple minutes, about 4 minutes before this captain lands. See if there's anything else I might be able to do, but I'm going to set a timer. It's 103 degrees out here today and cloudy and humid, so it feels like 110 outside. Timer 3 minutes. 3 minutes isn't a long time, but it feels like it when you're just watching the map though. So let's go see what I've got going on over here. Do I see any kind of activity out of horasgame? Doesn't look like it. He may actually be AFK right now, because he's definitely not throwing up any interdiction over there. We've got 1 minute and 26 seconds before that next captain lands, so we'll just take this time to swap some cards out. Let's not do that. They don't give you enough stone production cards in the industry packs, so the only ones I tend to trade in from the industry packs is like the wood. They give you tons of those. All right, so that's probably it for now. 33 seconds over here. Let's go see. And this guy returned. Yeah, that's still the guy that was returning from there. All right, 40 seconds until it actually lands. I'll grab another beer. I've only got one beer left in the fridge after this one. I'm going to have to fire up the hog and go grab some more. I do stay in full PrinceOfDeath costume anytime I go ride my hog. Fly down the highway on my motorcycle, just looking like PrinceOfDeath, carrying the sword and everything. Cape flying in the wind. Another successful raise there. horasgame is having a bad time right now. Yeah, and you know, I think he's going to have some trouble when these guys over here come back off of vacation time, because what's happened is he's got this parish right here, and he's hit me with this parish a couple times. It moves fast, and it's got all of the troops. It's got archers, pikemen, catapults, but that's because he took these two villages from these guys, I believe, who are just on vacation time. So as soon as they get off vacation time, they're going to vote him out of this parish, and they're going to start hitting all of the H4 guys again with this parish. So horasgame is, you know, he's going to be able to have a little fun for a while using those parishes, but just like that parish that they just knocked him out of right now, that was a House 10 bomb-based parish as well. So now, you know, he's not in that parish anymore either, or over here. So, yeah, not looking good for him. Let's see what else we've got. I've got the unhappy face on this guy too, but he was kind of weak, and seemed like he was getting really upset that I was attacking him when me and him were fighting. He's one of the guys that kind of steered me to getting back into the game, because unfortunately I was trying to be peaceful. I was trying to just farm, you know, and just be on the map and watch what was happening. I was just killing AI, doing my thing. And the House 4 guys wouldn't leave me alone. And then this guy, he was a neutral, Farmer Jim. He was a neutral, and while I was, you know, out in the world doing my thing, I'd stopped logging on and shit, you know. And I think I went maybe like a week and a half or 2 week period without even logging on. Didn't even log on because I was neutral. I told everybody I wasn't going to be playing competitively anymore. And I logged back on like a week and a half later, and this motherfucker here had raised 3 of my villages. Of course, they were nipple villages that had no castle, you know, and he raised them. So I marked him with swords and with the red face. Generally, my thing is like this. If they've got swords, that's a house enemy. If they got swords and the red face, that's my enemy. So this guy was my enemy, and so I started like stalking him. I bought a charter right here, and I was just right next to him, just like giving him shit all day. And then he had this other parish here, so I bought this charter right here, and I was giving him shit. And then finally he was like, you know, you think you're big and bad, you're messing with weaker players and stuff. It's like, dude, you fucking raised me, you know? Like, you started this shit. I was over there being neutral, chilling, and you wanted to make yourself feel big, and you went and raised 3 of my small villages that didn't even have a castle, you know? So now you're playing like the victim or whatever. But, you know, he was like feeling like the victim or something, sad for himself or whatever, so I left him alone. But then he joined into House 4. It's like, oh, it makes sense now. And then these 2 guys here started scouting me. And I was like, what are you guys scouting me for? I'm at peace. I'm not fighting anybody. And they're like, you're marked as House 4 enemy. So I'm like, all right, fuck it, man. Like, if nobody's going to leave me alone, if I'm marked as House 4 enemy, I guess I'm back in the game, right? So that's what it is. And now this guy is on vacation mode. Let's see what's up with these guys over here, because... yeah, that's the guy. Morocco BP. He was one of the guys too, telling me, yeah, you're H4 enemy, and now he's on vacation mode as well. So that's how it goes, man. I could have just been chilling, but we are where we are now, and I'm gonna go ahead and get me a speed card going here for my scouts. I'll go ahead and grab this too, because I'll probably trade and make some gold while I'm here. All right, but yeah, let's go see what's up with this guy, because it seems like there's nothing going on here. Yeah, so we'll see what those castles are looking like. I think I've got a pretty recent report on it. We can see what it looks like. Yeah, that's... well, this is what it looked like the last time that I scouted it. So we don't know that that's what it still looks like right now. All right, but let's watch some reports. Monk interdiction ended. Oh, and cancel is gay. I named that village Cancel is Gay because they kept sending attacks at me and then they would cancel. Like, dude, quit canceling it, man. Send it. All right, so let's watch some reports. I've been sent a bunch, although I haven't gotten any of those reports from the guys that we just saw. Maybe I'll reach out to them on Discord. All right, so I've got the scouts for horasgame, and they are reporting to me that he is AFK right now. And yeah, castles look exactly like they did previously. Let's do. I wonder if. Let's see, this is a new village. I don't know how many troops I've got here. Not much. I guess I could card the rest of that up, though. I don't know if I've got enough for the 5 captains. Should have done that before I did the captains. Well. What did I already have? Okay, so now I've got 116. $60 pikemen. All right, so we're gonna give it a shot and see what was my time on this one again. I don't know where I stand, but you should probably leave. Let's see, so 58.5 divided by 2. So I'm looking at 29. Okay, so then he's 39. And we're going to see if we can get a raise off on this guy. Okay, so there's plenty of time between my two attacks to be able to get this off. And I've got about 5 minutes till my launch time. Well, I've got my formation saved. I've got about 5 minutes. Let's see if we ended up getting any of those reports. Nope, they still didn't send us any of those reports. I'm sure they will, and we'll see what happened later. Someone did reply to me on Discord, so let's see. All right. So caught up on Discord. They may be sending me the reports a little bit later. So for now, I guess we'll stay focused here. So for my setup, generally, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and disband any merchants that we have and scouts, everything. We only want to keep one monk to ID ourselves after we send. And then everything else, if we can fit it, we're going to put it as troops. Since I've got a helper helping me right now sending breakers, his catapults will tear down the wall and the stone. So what I really need more is pikemen than anything. So I've got spare unit space is 13. So I'll try to add 13 pikemen if I've got pikemen cards. 4, 8, 12. We'll say that's good enough for that one. And for this army, yeah, this one still could use a lot more. It looks like I need pikes. So let's go to my weapons, see if I've got more. We'll add 40 there, see if that's... spare unit space, still 171. I can still fit 171 more troops here. Let's grab some more peasants. Time is getting real close for me, though. 80. Disband. All right, so that's a little bit better. Still a little bit short, but I've got a little bit more time from this village before my next launch, and I'm cutting it close now to my launch time for my captain. So I'm going to go ahead and get my formation set up, add those additional 14 pikemen that I just got. I'm going to do a raise, hit go. My time is 29:14, so I've got a timer up on my other screen. I'm going to launch it. I'm going to wait for 29:14 on my timer, and then also another like 2 or 3 seconds after that, just to make sure that all of his breakers get there. before my captain does. All right, so timer is at 30 minutes and 14 seconds, so I have a 1 minute wait. Timer's at 29:30, so we're getting pretty close. I don't like to hover my pointer over the yes button because if I get antsy and my finger just like clenches down on the button, I'll send it early on accident. So I don't want to do that. 14 there, 1, 2, 3 additional seconds. Let's move to the next village. Let's see if we can quickly add more pikemen here. Spare unit space is still 143. I need armor and pike. Let's see how much armor more I've got there. All right, so 252 is not bad. Let's go ahead and line up on the target. Timer for this is 26:21. I wonder if I can make enough space for you guys to... So this is my timer that I've got timed up with my buddy. So I've got about another minute. I want to see if in that minute if I can make a little bit more archers or not. Will it fit 60? Yep, it'll fit 60. Nope. It'll fit another 20 though. Okay, so it's telling us that we're now out of space for archers or troops in general. So now we should be pushing it pretty close to max. So 26:21 is when I want to send. Well, I'm going to wait for the timer to go down to 26:21, then I'm going to wait an additional 2 or 3 seconds. Again, just to make sure that his breakers get there before my captains do. There it is. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and throw some ID on these villages. I actually should have ID'd this village right after I sent, but I used that time instead to make a few more troops. So now we could look at the times here, 26:04. And just watch that time when I switch between the other captain. They should be pretty close to the same thing. Yeah, there's like a 2-second variance. Maybe like a 1.5-second variance. Okay, yeah, so these are all the reports from the cards that I just played to card up the armies. And you can see that we did end up getting reports from iSugar and the Blade. So let's watch those. Let's delete all these reports for cards that were played. Get them out of the way. And we'll keep this timer up right here just so if we're doing other stuff, we'll know when that attack is about to land. And try to scoot it over just a little bit more. All right, so let's, oh, I got more reports here. Let's delete those as well. All right, so let's take a look at these reports that we got. So these were the reports. This is iSugar coming from 38242, hitting horasgame at 25501. View the results. Of course, Defender wins. He sent 90 catapults, 5 captains, 50 pikemen, 330 archers. So essentially, this is an archer clear. If it's real archer heavy like that, that's to kill the archers on the front wall. Yep, and as you can see, he kept the archers a little bit back away from the wall, and that's to leave space for the pitch pots. And so if I start it over again, you'll see that he has a few troops just here and there right on the outside of the wall, and that's to tip the pots over. So let's start that over again so you can see that. Yeah, you see those few pikemen around here? They're just going to tip those pots over that are guarding the front wall while the archers stay far enough back that they're not going to get burned up by the pitch. Catapults in the back. We've got captains here. Archer volley goes towards the front, shoots the pikemen in the keep. You can see that that did pretty good damage. Sometimes people don't, their archer strength isn't up enough to where even if you use archer volley, it's not going to kill any of the pikemen in the keep, but you could see that that did kill the pikemen in the keep as well as some back here. Front wall is torn down. Pikemen start moving forward, tipping over the pitch pots. Archers are still standing back, clearing up the other defending archers off of the wall here. So there's a bit of a battle going on between archers while these pikemen are just going to tip over some pitch pots. Catapults are getting shot down by some of the ballistas that are in this castle, but generally with a pitch monster like this, pitch monsters are good in some ways and bad in some ways. Everything's got its strength and its weakness, right? In this case, with a pitch monster, you've only got to get through one wall, you know, and then you've just got like these stone wall pieces here and there that are holding pitch up, but they were, you know, just with that attack, it only had 50 catapults, or was it 60? And that front wall is already torn through. So everything after that can just be all pikemen and captains on healing and rally. And you can basically get through a big portion of that because there's only one tower for a catapult. So you can really hit pitch monsters with very few catapults and have some success in that. So we can see where that's going. Let's go ahead and speed it up now. So as you can see, all of those archers that were on the front wall, a big portion of them are gone now. So the next attack probably is going to have some catapults as well. Let's see, 110 catapults. There's nothing to shoot it down now, right? So now there's less archers, a good number of pikemen on this one. So let's take a look and see what we got there. View battle. So I'm betting that again there's going to be an archer clear, or I'm sorry, archer volley that's going to hit these pikemen again. But maybe not. We'll see. But at this point, those catapults are just clearing all of those stone wall sections out of here. we've got some pikemen starting to flow inside now towards the keep. Some of his defending pikemen from here are now starting to walk forward. They're going to get met by the attacking pikemen as well as the attacking archers now. So there's still a strong number of archers here that they've already finished clearing off the archers on these outside towers. They've already cleared up about half of these ones, and they're going to start attacking these pikemen as well. And those catapults are back there. Almost the only fire they're taking is from the ballistas. So another tower down by the catapults. And this tower is now kind of taking the heat. Yeah, so the defender has lost a lot of pikemen at this point. Now, there's still a ways to go. We can see there's still a ways to go, and there's still pikemen that are back here that'll walk forward. But just with those two attacks, you can already see there's been a lot taken care of. And there's still archers here walking forward that are going to eat up a few more of these pikemen. They're going to shoot them down. So there will be more loss for the defender here. All right, we can kind of see where it's going. Let's speed it up. All right, let's check out the next one. This also is a breaker. There's no captains on this one. There was no captains on the last one either. I didn't realize that until after the war or the battle had already started. But there's no captains on this attack either. 110 catapults, 87 of them survived. So this one was successful. 87 catapults returned. Very few archers were lost. Very few pikemen were lost as well. Less than 30. Let's take a look at this one. So this one made it all the way into the keep. As you can see, some of those pitch pots around this area ended up respawning. If they don't burn their full cycle, or if they're damaged by catapults, they respawn on the next attack. So they'll still be there for that following attack. And there you go. Made it all the way into the keep that quick on that one. Here's the captain. Village captured. So let's take a look. So you can see on this one, there's not very many catapults. Once the hole's open like that, you don't need much more catapults. You can send more archers or pikemen to get the job done. So let's... oh, that one you can't even watch, I guess. Yeah, for some reason we can't watch that one. So let's check this next one. Okay, this one it looks like we can watch. I'm not sure why we can't watch that other one. Yeah, but it should just be pretty straightforward at this point. They're going to walk in. Boom. Is this the same? Yeah, 25,501. What were these ones? 25,501. Yeah, so that's all of the attacks on 25,501. Just one that we couldn't watch. So this one, maybe this is the one we weren't able to watch earlier. I'm not sure. No, this is the same one. I think they sent me a duplicate on that one. Oh, I think this one maybe just came in the wrong order. I think this one actually happened before the one we just watched. Yeah, that's what looks like happened. All right, so there you go. There were the reports for the Raze on horasgame earlier at 25501, I believe. 25501, yep. And so we could verify that again where that's at. Do the search here. 25501, and it's going to show village charter, yep. So that's this guy over here. Oh, that was this one over here. They raised this one too, though. I didn't see any reports for that one, but yep, they got 3 of him over here. So 1, 2, 3. Oh man, bad day for horasgame. But you know, he's off doing something, or probably asleep right now. Let's see. What time is it in Turkey?
Turkey is 8 hours ahead of CDT, making it 1:41 a.m.
Yeah, so it's 1:41 a.m. He's probably asleep. We've got 13 minutes, almost 14 minutes before our timed attacks land on this guy. The breakers, oh, this might be them right here. Yep, 25449 incoming. And we can see the times here, so 13:35. Yeah, so I'm glad I added 3 extra seconds on each of mine because we could see that this one is landing exactly on time. So then these ones should be just a little bit ahead, 20, 24. Yeah, so 4-second gap between those. 10 to 18. Yeah, so 8-second ahead, 4 seconds ahead, and then right on time. So I'm glad that I launched my captains a little bit after time. So if we go back to my captain's times, so we'll look at this when this gets to 50 to 54. Yeah, so 4-second gap on that one. 45 to 51. So yeah, 6-second gap on that one. So yeah, so I will be landing after the breakers land. So the breakers will do their work, and hopefully I've sent enough pikemen and archers to get through to the keep. And we'll see if we've got a Raze on our hands on horasgame over here. I'm going to grab another beer. All right, new beer on deck. We've still got 10 minutes before our attacks land. I've got other reports to show you guys that were forwarded to me. Let's see which ones we're going to look at. So I think these came just recently. So what is that? 628.27, 628.32. Oh, this is a different target. So these are to Rage, and this is to Bluetooth. So I think this one and this one were sent to me just so that I have the reports. So these were fails, but they were just to break the castle open. So we could still look at that. So let's take a look and see what kind of damage was done here. So full pitch monster, although no pikemen in the keep. That's interesting. Just a row of pikemen here. Tons of archers though, eating up that third base corner. So that's all we've got for this one. Just tore up the ballistas in that corner there. How many ballistas was that? Oh, it's barracks over there. Actually, just barracks, and that looks like it. Just, yeah, because the ballista is back here. All right, let's see what else we got. Oh, there goes Stronghold Kingdoms, just lagging. All right, so let's take a look at this attack on Bluetooth. Again, it doesn't look like this was a whole timed attack, probably just to break open or do a little damage on the castle. He came packing with a good number of catapults for this one. Doing left side wall, focused on the left side of the right side wall, focusing on the left side of the right side wall. So essentially he's wanting to open up a path through here. And it's looking like it's already broken open. Here comes a bunch of knights. The hole is already open though, so the knights are a little too late and they're going to get shot down by the archers. See how quickly those archers can get rid of those knights though. Looks like the knights might get all the way through the catapults. We've got pikemen rushing out from inside the castle to try to defend. The attacking archers are shooting them down. There's some attacking pikemen within those crowds that will slip out over time. Here we go. Here comes some attacking pikemen now. They're going to start moving forward, which is going to trigger some more of those pikemen to start walking out and defending, tipping over some pitch pots. You can see by the 5x5 squares, or sorry, 4x4 squares of fires that the defender is playing a card for the pitch pots to cover more ground. Overall, this was a good attack here. Now, if the defender is the type of a person who plays cards, they could maybe card this hole up pretty quick. But if they're not the type to defend or play cards, they're going to be left with a decent hole for probably a couple of days. So overall, good attack here. There's a nice big hole now, and this whole section of pikemen that were over here, as well as these pikemen that were over here, have all come out, walked forward, and died. So this was definitely a serious blow to this castle. Although the castle is pretty well defended with archers all the way around the inside of the keep here, the pikemen are what protect the keep, and they lost a lot of pikemen on that one. So here we're looking at Ragen. So it looks like there was 2 attacks on Ragen. The first one by Suvero the 13th and Acadian. So let's take a look at these two real quick. We've got about 5 minutes before. Oh my gosh, completely undefended other than pitch. This is just an empty castle with a bunch of pitch. We've got some knights coming out to try to defend. This is the same thing. They're hitting this right side wall, but they're going to focus on this left side corner. And they're going to start swarming in straight through there. Yeah, no wonder this one only took 2 attacks. There were no troops up at all in this castle. Catapults are just hammering away at those towers. You could just see how quick these are turning bright red. Tower is turning bright red here. This tower is about to go. That tower just went. This ballista is not going to stand a chance. It's about to get deleted as well. Boom. Ballista gone. This tower is now taking the heat. You can see how quickly it's turning bright red. There are ballista here. There's a ballista here, a ballista there. But these ballistas back here, I think are they firing at the catapults? Yeah, they are. Because sometimes they're too far away and they'll fire at the troops instead of the catapults. That tower just disappeared. This tower's taking the heat. It's about to disappear as well. All of these pitch pots that were here have been tipped over and they're burning. If they burn through their full life cycle, they will not respawn on the next one. We'll go ahead and speed it up now so we can try to watch that the next attack on this one, which is the Raze, before our attacks land. That tower towards the middle now is gone. This tower here is now taking all the heat. It's getting pretty bright red. It's probably about to be deleted as well. We'll see. We've got about 3 minutes until our timed attacks land on horasgame. We've been going for an hour and 24 minutes already. Yeah, time flies when you're playing Stronghold Kingdoms. It's a lot. It can definitely be a lot. All right, let's try to real quick watch that last attack here while this was raised before we see if our attack is successful. Yep, captains on rally cry and healing. Simple. Straight to the point. No problem at all. And we've still got 2 minutes. That happened so fast. We've still got 2 minutes. It looks like Freek forwarded me 3 separate attacks. So these are all from Freek. But this was established amateur, the Naked Bacon, and Nikolai. I'm not sure. This one right here, oh, no. Established amateur, I'm not really sure who that is. I think this village right here, we actually timed up on the other night, and it barely failed. So he went back on it just earlier today and finished the job. Boom, job complete. All right, so we've got just about a minute now on our timed attack. Let's take a look where we're at. So our captains are right there at the front door. Breakers are swinging in. If this attack doesn't succeed for any reason, it's close enough that I can regroup and then send again because as we just learned, it's after 1 a.m. in the morning in Turkey, and this gentleman is from Turkey. Swords are lighting up. Looks like somebody's scouting me. Oh, let's see who it is. Oh, bro 856. See, this is when I like to card up castles. Like, this guy's going to scout me and see that this castle isn't at all complete. This is what he's going to see. He's only going to see these and those. And then I'm going to let him send an attack on me, and I'm going to card it up before his... There we go. Timer clicking. All 3 breakers. Looks like they won. Village is gone. So we had a successful raise on there. And it looks like both of my captains bounced back. So I think we succeeded on the first one. Yeah, so I think bro is scouting both of my... Yeah, so he's scouting both of my castles here. Sad day for them. All right, well, I guess I'm going to go ahead and scout bro back. I guess since he wants the heat. Oh, he's interdicted, of course. Yeah, so we won't waste our time on that. Let's take a look at these reports. All right, so this one landed first. Oh, look. Yeah, so this one, the very first captain succeeded. So by the time it got here, it just says your troops attack village ID. He was no longer there. By the time the second captain got there, it was already a charter. So let's take a look at this. I sent 244 pikemen, and 227 of them survived. I only sent 25 catapults because I knew my guy was sending breakers, and I still got 18 that still survived. Oh my gosh. All right, so let's take a look at that. Yeah, it was wide open, and I sent my formation that has all 5 of the captains up front on healing and rally cry. So they eat right through any moat that's remaining, and the pitch doesn't kill them because they're on healing. Easy as that. Easy peasy. And then nothing here because the castle wasn't even there anymore. Oh, you know what? That's what happened with this other attack that we couldn't see over here. The castle was already gone by the time it happened, is what it was. Yep, so 1 down. So horasgame has gone from 16 villages earlier to 11. Hey, man, a man's got to sleep, you know? Man's got to sleep. But that was a fun... What are we at now? We're at 1 hour and 29 minutes. Well, 1 hour and 30 minutes exactly now. So that was a fun hour and a half. At this point... what was the word on the guy's breakers? We should see them traveling back if they all... Oh, maybe all 3 of the breakers died? Because I don't see them flying back out of screen left. Yeah, so I think all 3 of those breakers maybe died in combat, because they wouldn't be any further than that. They would maybe be like around here on their way back home if they were still alive. Yeah, so good job on the assist there. Let's see if he sends me those reports. Oh, bro scouting me. Come on. Please. Yeah, let me message the guy on Discord, and we'll see if he can send us the reports before we end the video. All right, so I just sent him a chat to see if he'll be able to send me those reports. These are just bro scouting me. Yeah, come on. Yeah, we'll just wait a minute and see if we can get those reports. Well, I guess we can use this time to watch a couple other reports that I got. Man, I should maybe just like start deleting these, the ones that we've already watched. Yeah, I think I'll do that. All right, so let's for sure those. And then this was, oh yeah, this one we already watched. That's where Freek went back and finished off the village of Naked Bacon, who is Delta, by the way. Delta is Naked Bacon. Delta on Discord is the Naked Bacon, the Naked Gamin. So we'll delete that one. Let's take a look at these other two. So this was Established Amateur. Freek hit this guy yesterday as well, it looks like. Oh my gosh. So this was this guy's castle, I guess. He's an established amateur. I mean, if it was a charter, if the guy bought a charter, he has 3 days of peacetime to build a castle up. So if he bought a charter, this is probably what he built in 3 days. I'm not trying to make the guy feel bad. You know, it's just that was not what it is. Let's delete that one. Let's see what this one is. This is Freek again. Freek again hitting Nikolai. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Let's take a look. All right, so this was a pitch monster that looks like it already had a breaker hit it. Captain going through Captain Tactics. We've got Rally Cry and Healing per usual. Tipping over all of those pots, making waste of those. Defending pikemen, trying to come forward and defend. We've got the tunnelers coming through here. I like his placement for his tunnel there, though. Tunnelers coming straight through there and walking through the castle. Those pikemen don't do anything, though. Like, tunnelers are good for, like, killing your catapults, but they don't do anything against pikemen or archers. All right, defending pikemen now moving forward. You can see their health is already completely diminished. Coming through here, they're going to start eating up some of these archers, but there's some attacking pikemen in the crowd with the archers. So they're going to have to face off against those guys. Yep, so we see what's happening there. Let's go ahead and speed that up a little bit. We've got some of the attacking pikemen entering from the left side wall now. There goes an archer volley. The one pikeman that was still in the keep. Oh, there's still one pikeman there in the keep. But all of these pikemen now have already damaged health because of that archer volley coming through. They've died now. Massive loss to the defender there for pikemen. Almost all of the pikemen from the defender here are gone. So that was nice. Where was that at? Let's see where that's at. Show on map. If it's even still there. It's probably a charter by now. Nope, still there. And under 5 days of interdiction, of course. He's going to need some time to fix that castle. So we can delete that one. These are just scout reports. I think I've already got all of Stanker's scout reports. So we'll delete all of those. Wyze. This looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Player attacks your castle. So it looks like guilty, gear, NBK Nikki, X Daisy, Joe, XD95, Vismontas, and Miox Boy all went in on wyze, and it looks like he won all the way through to this very last report here. So let's see just real quick how many catapults. Somebody keep track of this for me. Okay. Oh, let's start here. So 90, 105. So was that 195, 210, 305. Wait, 90, 110, 205. 415 now, is that where we're at? 520, 625. So 625 catapults all died by this point. 625 catapults. And then still another 54 after that. That's a lot of catapults to raise this one person. So let's take a look at these. Let's watch wyze as he defends. This is wyze defending. So they hit him from the left side here. Because there's no stone wall out here, I think this village may have been a lowland. They did tip over the pitch that he had on the outside walls there. They're coming in on the left side. And you could just see wyze is loaded with pikemen. And there's corridors for his pikemen to be able to travel wherever they need to. So as you can see, there's like a wall of moat and pitch here, but there's this corridor where his pikemen are there, and then an opening up through the area and a corridor here as well. So all of these pikemen can walk that way, they can walk this way, they can go wherever they need, and then there's a corridor here for them to be able to go backwards. Same thing over here, so they can go where they need to go. So great defense by wyze here. All of his catapults, all of the attacking catapults are dead at this point. So they've essentially got 3 towers with all of those catapults. We can see where this is going. Let's go ahead and speed it up. And as you can see, wyze does have ballistas all throughout the castle in different places. It's not wise to put all of your barracks in the same place because somebody can go in with a captain and just catapult volley all of those and kill them all in one shot. So that was the first one from wyze. Great defense. They come in with the captains right here in the front line. They're on healing and aggressive, but they've only cleared out 1 tower on that second wall. All right, so they're eating through the moat there. They're faced with defending pikemen. Archers all around still shooting. Knights come forward to the battle area. Now these catapults are hammering down on the other towers here, so another tower down. Pitch tips over, sets fire to those troops. That's definitely taking a toll on their health. You can see that here. All right, so the attacking soldiers are making a decent little push forward there. Catapults might tear down another tower here pretty quick. We can go ahead and speed this up. defending pikemen come out and eat up those archers. All right, so really great defense so far by wyze. Let's check this next one out. It looks like the same exact formation with the captains up there in the front to try to push forward. They're going to be on healing and aggressive, aka rally cry. Same thing's kind of happening here. Let's go ahead and speed this one up. Another tower falls. It doesn't look like they've still taken out any of the ballista yet, though. So those ballista are still just firing away at those catapults. Archers versus archers. Nice battle going on there between archers versus archers. A few attacking pikemen are moving forward at a time. Defenders come forward to kill them. Defending pikemen now attacking a crowd of soldiers, a mix of archers and pikemen. And last stand erupts from the keep. Just a massive number of knights come out on the last stand. That is a sight to see there. So it wrapped that up very quickly. Next one here, no captains. Knights charge forward. Yeah, and it looks like that was another card got played there. Let's see what the time was between these two. So this is 12:36. This was 12:36 in 3 seconds. So just with a 3-second gap, wyze was able to pop another card for a surprise attack and have all of those knights rush out. So that was expertly played by wyze right there. Okay, so let's finish watching that. Let's speed it up here. Yeah, so this is where you see those corridors shine. As you just saw, all of these pikemen that were in this row here walked forward, and they're just eating up these troops here. So we're going to see some more defending pikemen start to walk forward. Unfortunately, these pikemen are going to pop out like one at a time, and the defending archers are just going to eat them up. And you could still even see, I wish I could move this thing. Yep, let's do that. So you could still even see how some of these moat squares are still there. So I would assume with that wyze is playing a moat card to make the moats deeper, which means that they take longer to dig out. So good defense again for wyze. Here's another one. Still defending. Huge number of catapults, a useless number of catapults at this point, honestly. Like, what are all those catapults doing? They're going through a hole that already exists. That's how you know you're dealing with people who don't really have the game figured out. Like, what are you doing with all those catapults? Those could have all been pikemen. But no, we've got noobs. You know, we're dealing with noobs is usually what that is. Like, yeah, let me send 7 attacks and all of them have over 100 catapults. For what? Like, it's a pitch monster. There was 2 rows of towers on this castle. If you're not going to get through 2 rows of castle or 2 rows of towers after maybe 3 attacks, just hang it up, dude. Hang it up. Call it a day, man. Go find something else to play. So, of course, this failed because it's nothing but standard troops because they wasted space with all of these catapults for a hole that already exists, a wide open hole, and you send another 105 catapults. Let's speed this up. We already know how this ends. There we can see more defending pikemen coming through, making use of all of those different corridors that they could walk through. Yep, you're dead now. What'd the farmer tell the dog after he chopped his tail off? Won't be long now. All right, so that's it. And then, of course, on the final one, finally they get through after wasting all of those catapults. Same exact formation as we saw in the previous 2 captain formations. This time, we know that they finally get lucky. And they still took a pretty big loss, too. That was a massive loss to raise this castle. Massive loss. Yeah, you thought it was going to be over right then, right? And now look, just more of the attacking troops are just dying. You thought it was going to be over right then. They got so close. They got right here and just it wasn't enough. And finally, they might have some success here. Let's see. Oh, they just keep dying right there at the door to the keep. I have faith in you, buddy. Come on. I know you're not that good of a player. Finally they made it. After losing all of those troops, almost 100 pikemen down the drain there. Over, oh my gosh, 100 to 220. So 121 archers dead. Yep. And 54 catapults down the drain. Only 1 captain survived there. And it's the captain that's way back in the back over here. This could have been a loss for them. That was a real close call. What great defense reports from Wyze there. Great job on defense, Wyze. And let's see what we've got here. Oh, this was... so these three were where horasgame tried to raise me and failed. They sent this breaker too late. So this was the first breaker. And I just kind of stuffed pikemen in the middle there. And I don't believe I had any other cards running other than that surprise knights attack there. So we'll speed that up. They came left side or right side like they have been doing. Day after day, they've been coming right side. You would think that they would try something different. Yep, so we got some towers torn down, but the majority of this army is already dead. And I've still got a ton of pikemen there. Ton of pikemen. They're taking a little splash damage from the catapults now. You can see that their health is a little bit low here and there. But for the most part, that's not going to matter because his troops are all about to die now. All right, so there was that. And then let's look at, this was the captain army. 235 archers, 130 pikemen, 105 catapults, 5 captains. We know how it ends. They don't succeed. Now, he did just do an archer volley, if you didn't see that, because I was playing it in fast speed. But he did just do an archer volley. And it doesn't look like anywhere he's got a captain in the back corner on hold. I don't see a captain on hold in any of these corners. So he's got his captains up here. That can't be right. Is this true? Is this real life? Let's see. Let's pause that real quick. So we've got 4 captains here. And then we've got a captain here. Yeah, so he doesn't have any of his captains on pause in the back, waiting for the success to happen. He put all of them in the battle. So, you know, maybe horasgame isn't actually that great of a player. I hear he's got a lot of money. So, you know, he's somebody who's using a lot of cards. But it looks like maybe his strategy isn't that great. So let's go ahead and resume and play fast speed. There was the archer volley, and all of my pikemen are still alive, so that archer volley didn't really do anything. I'm not sure where it was even aimed at. Another tower has fallen there. Another tower is about to fall, but all of my pikemen are still right here on the front lines of the battle. And right there, I believe his last captain just died. So even if this attack would have won, this would have been a loss. Oh, no, he's got one more captain right here. So he's still got one more captain back here. But we already know how it ends. He didn't win, so. There they go. They start moving forward now. I'm going to have some more defending pikemen that are going to come forward and meet them. And hold them up right there. They won't have a chance to get to the keep. All of his pikemen are now dead. Let's finish off those last couple of archers. And that's it. That's a wrap. All right, and we've got a bunch more. Oh, man, we've got a lot of reports from Freek. Let's put those all on another video. So I will go ahead and I'm going to delete these. And we'll come back on another video and we'll watch those other reports. All right. Because for now, it's Friday night. It's time to get ready and go hit the town and be a heathen. So thank you all for watching. If you stayed this long, you're a real one because we've been here for an hour and 57 minutes. So we're almost at 2 hours on this video. So I appreciate y'all watching. We'll come back again. See you next time.